Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the show. I'm Jay Blaze.
I'm Bobby Tillman.
And we're bringing
What we bringing?
opinionated conversations on a variety of topics from perspectives that really don't matter on the Everything Obsolete podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the very first podcast show. Intro. First film.
First everything.
First everything. First cat on the pod. On the first, he needs to make sure that he knows. He's gonna make himself home. All right.
He's our first guest.
He's our first guest.
Yay.
How about that? But that's Jay Blaze. I'm Bobby Summers. And we're going to tell you everything obsolete about everything on this podcast. So with that being said, like, how was your day so far? You just came from
Work.
if that's what you want to call it, yes. I did a lot of nothing today.
You're supposed to on Sundays.
I went to, yeah, true. I went to Costco's.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Probably packed as hell.
Yeah.
So you know that this month is coming up March, right? There's St. Patrick's Day and it's Easter.
On the same day?
No, in the same month. Usually Easter is April. This year it falls in March.
Oh, and why is that? Because of leap year?
I'm assuming because that's the only time that happens.
Because February got 29 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yep. 29 or 28.
20. No, it has 29 days. You were saying
That St.
the
Patrick's and Easter are on the
Easter
same month.
the same month. Yeah, that's weird. Because Easter is usually in April.
Yeah.
So that's 100%.
So St. Patrick is always, I believe, on the 17th of March.
And when is Easter?
It would be like the 30th,
There's
31st.
there's no 30 days in February.
March.
I mean, excuse me, March. Wow. Because we're in February. That's why I said that.
Yes.
But, yeah, still March, Easter, that's weird.
I mean,
That-
it happens occasionally, but it's just weird to have like two. Not that one doesn't cancel out the other, but obviously
saying,
Easter is always going to be on the Sunday, so it being, yes.
Am I wrong to say that St. Patrick's Day is usually in April too?
No, it's always a March thing.
Oh, so that's on point.
Yes.
But Easter acting up.
Yeah, it's just, March 17th, which is St. Patrick's, is going to fall on a Sunday this year. Usually it falls on the weekdays.
Well, then good. And nobody could take off from work calling out, talking about, nah, it's on Sunday this time, you good. If you want to call out Monday, different story. To
Then
recover.
Palm Sunday would be the 24th.
Of March?
Yes.
And then the week after that is Easter.
So 3 Sundays, the last 3 Sundays of the month of March.
So March might have 30 days then. If
31 days.
Oh, it does have 31 days. Oh.
Yes, sir.
So that has to be a leap year thing for sure.
It's a lot of non-eating people.
Oh, holidays, you mean?
Yeah, because people do Lent. They don't.
Yes. Hakeem Olajuwon would do Lent right during the playoffs. Give you 30, 15, and 9
Yes.
with no food in his stomach.
Clean out your whole...
Imagine if he was tearing it down. I think there was occasions when he would eat a banana or something on the side, because if the game started at...
Well, I don't know. I don't know how that really works.
If the game started, while the day was still during the day, he wouldn't eat. But if let's say by the time third, fourth quarter came around, it already passed the evening time, because I think it's to a certain time, they Lent until they only eat dinner, don't they?
Yeah, there's a time that they can eat.
Yeah, I think it's after 5 or
Yeah,
whatever
like
it is, or maybe 8 because
sundown.
we're on a different coast.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
So, or we were on a different coast at the time. So for us, when it was 8, 9, 10 o'clock, for him, you know, it's only 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So, and you would catch him on the sideline tearing down a banana or something,
Yeah.
especially during the playoffs. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's that. And that was a crazy opening right there. But yeah, we got into it real quick for a minute. But there's a bunch of stuff we want to get into, like as far as that's things that are on our mind that for this particular recording of the pod, like everything from we got some J-Lo stuff we want to talk about. If we remember, we'll talk about more of what we want this pod to be about.
Yeah.
Sports, big sports geeks over here. We love it. You know what I mean? Go into a little depression mode every time a particular season ends, especially basketball.
Oh, no.
We don't know what the hell. We look at each other. We don't know what to do when basketball finishes. But in entertainment, we got some entertainment news that we want to talk about. We wanted to get the pod going like right around the Super Bowl because that would have been great content because someone was trying to root for the 49ers for some reason. I don't know.
You need somebody different. It'd be so much better if you break it up.
You wasn't saying that when the Bulls was winning, and you definitely not saying it now when your beautiful Steph Curry looking in the face. Yeah. Your boy can't be no more beautiful in the face.
Nah, I don't know about that. But
like you that's like a dynasty is a dynasty. Like I was telling her, Kansas City, if you need to keep them boys off the court, field, whatever. You cannot. That's like giving Jordan the ball at the end when Curry is on, because he kind of pisses me off sometimes at the end. Like, why are you giving him the chance? Those dudes don't care if they fail, so to speak, right? They're not even thinking about failing. So if they do fail, though, they're just like, all right, the ball was in my hands, whatever. When you keep that shit away from them, that's what eats them.
yeah.
Because now in their mind, they're like, what if I just had that chance? That's what eats them. Like, giving San Francisco did what they were supposed to do. They went down, they couldn't score, they hit the field goal.
Yeah.
In overtime. And back in the days, they would have won the Super Bowl.
It's just the games are different now. Like there's not like it either starts off raunchy where it's like head to head and fun, or it drags and then at the end it's like okay, like
this
no one's scoring.
Well, no, that's how it started,
Yeah.
right? The first quarter.
Yes, but
First
a lot
quarter
of the
was-
games this year were like that. Like they're just scoring off of
Are you talking about basketball or football?
football.
Oh, okay.
That's what you were just talking about.
No. But
Basketball's changed a while ago.
Yeah.
Like now you see 140 points and that's just a normal thing. If you see under that, you're like, oh my God, they didn't do much. Like they didn't.
It's never defense,
Yes.
right? It's just they didn't do much or somebody was off.
Yeah, somebody
There you
was
go.
off.
It wasn't defense.
Not everybody scored. And then when you look at it, you're like, okay, this person only scored 12 points instead of scoring 24 points.
You just brought it up. The war. We're switching. We're all over the place right now. But this is how we conversate without this, without the camera on us. This is what we do. Like you just said it. Everybody. The last Warrior game yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had 12 points on the Warriors.
But that's because they don't really have like a core. Like right now, they're growing, right? So they're kind of feeding off of everybody. Everybody got to put in there. With other teams, they have their like starting 5 veterans or
That where most of the points are coming from.
Yes.
I think you are right in that sense. The Warriors, young people.
I mean,
the
they're
ones,
kind of playing like a team like OKC. You know what I'm saying? Like all the young cats are able to score and score 18 points, 15 points, and that all
Easy.
adds up. Yeah.
Easy.
But when everybody's doing it, you get wins. When not everybody's doing it, and then your starting five or your role bench players are not like giving you those 12 minutes, then everybody has to give you those 12 points.
12 points.
12 minutes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not always definitely
It's
the
always,
minutes.
yeah.
Because if your bench is on, those bench dudes, not your first bench dudes that come off, because they're kind of extension of the starting five.
But it
when
also depends on how long they've been on that team.
True.
And are they
chemistry,
actually utilized?
chemistry. Sometimes it's just chemistry. Sometimes it clicks real.
So
bang.
right now, there's a lot of teams that are using their rookies coming off the bench
100%.
as starters
Absolutely,
because
'cause
they fit and because they don't really have like a veteran core that way, like old timers.
When you mean veteran core bench wise,
Yeah,
because there's a
bench-wise.
core with the starters
Yeah.
and there's a core with the bench.
But even veteran being even 3 years, 4 years, a lot of teams don't stick to their people that way.
Well, you got to pay people.
Yeah.
Once
You're maneuvering your whole team around every year, and you've been seeing it for the past few years, if they're winning, they're scoring by everybody collectively.
or that's what I wanted to say. And if they're not scoring, because usually not every bench has scoring potential,
Yeah.
but if they're giving you
Just
10, hold on. If they're giving you 10 to 12 minutes off the bench,
Right.
that means they were productive, even if they didn't score, because if they weren't, they wouldn't get the 10 to 12 minutes. They would only get 3 minutes, 1 minute, because coaches are going to pull them.
Yeah, they're filling in for somebody.
But if they stay out there in extension, 8, 9, 10 minutes,
Yeah.
that means whatever they're doing, whether it's scoring, rebounding, defense, whatever it is they're doing something really good that keeps them out there for 10 minutes. Because otherwise, they're going back to the bench.
Yeah. Well, you have to put them out there, see if they're able to even open up their wings and see what their capabilities
And
are.
then sometimes that rotation of the 5 and maybe like the next 2, the immediate people off the bench, maybe they're playing so well that you don't go that deep and you don't go to 7, 8, 9, 10 on the bench.
Yeah.
Right? So, but then you still need to kind of somehow force them in there because they need burn. You want them to be confident
And productive.
and productive later on when you're going to need them to be productive. You know what I mean? Because, now on the West Conference, not so much the East. I think the East is kind of set up. The bottom 7, 8, 9, 10 on the East, it's gonna work itself out. But the West, 7, 8, and 9, I don't know if you want to be 1, 2, and 3 and play anybody in the West. That's 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, so West is definitely a tough out. Wanted to bring up, since we're talking about the West Coast already, and NBA, Steve Kerr getting his 2-year extension. 17 million a year. That's what it winds up coming out to, 17 million a year. There's players that don't make 17 million a year, and Steve Kerr has 17 million a year with his extension. I guess that's a good look for Steve Kerr.
Definitely.
Warriors.
Yes.
But it's a 2-year extension. So if I'm not mistaken, his contract was up. Like this was the final year of his contract. So again, that it take
But that's already working. It's called an extension for a reason, right? Obviously, because he's already in a contract. So they adding to whatever he has
Yeah,
left.
but I think he only had the rest of this year left. So it's like it's an extension, I guess, because they did it before his contract actually technically ran out.
Right.
Or finished, expired, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, he
Before his anniversary date.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, like that's a just locking down the core, I guess. I mean, I guess when they knock dominoes down one by one, it was Draymond last year.
Yeah, but they haven't did Klay yet. So.
Well, see, now we're going into other stuff because from, in the beginning before the year started, I think Klay declined a 2-year offer for like about 50 million, which I guess is kind of backfiring a little bit as far as betting on yourself. I think him declining that, though, kind of put the pressure on him and made him added to the fuel of him starting the season very poorly to his standards.
Yes.
Because he was averaging like
It's all in his head.
Yeah, he was averaging like 17 points. There's people in the league that don't average near 17 points, even if he's doing that on a bad year.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, these are all career lows since he was a rookie. And what's his numbers?
But that's an average for even your, just someone.
For a starting bench role player, which is what.
That's like what Jonathan Kuminga would be doing on the daily.
Yeah, but now that he's.
But it's still
they give him
effective.
minutes.
17 points is effective.
Well, yeah, but is he getting 17 points shooting 17 shots? That's not not effective.
Because it's not effective to his stature, obviously a 3-point shooter and lethal, and him not being able to shoot and carrying points through the free throw or through.
We already
through
know nobody. Oh man, I got these stats in my phone somewhere, but I don't have it linked up to this, so bear with me. I think Steph Curry leads the league with points. So basically, Steph Curry scored his last. They keep stats on everything, right? So his last, besides not the game that's playing right now. As of today, I think the Warriors will be playing the Denver Nuggets. But prior to this particular matchup, they showed a stat. Even I think before, what was the last game they played against? Charlotte? Even the game before Charlotte, I think his last 54 points consisted of like a good 15 shots. In those 15 shots, he scored 54 points. And out of those 15 shots, like 11 of them were threes. 2 of them were twos, or 2 or 3 of them were twos, maybe 2. And then he had 2 free throws. This man is scoring 100 points over 2 or 3 games, and only getting to that number with 2 to 3 free throws. He's beyond leading like the history of the NBA.
Yeah, that's like weird.
It's
weird because he
whatever his average is, he should be averaging 8 to 10 points more, because the whole world knows that he should be on the free throw line that much more. So he's literally 10 points below what he really should average, because he's a great free throw shooter. I'm going to say he's going to hit at least 8 or 9 of his 10 free throws. So if he's averaging 28, he really should be averaging 36. Because in our day, Jordan would be on the free throw line.
Of course. But this is
Allen Iverson would be living off the free throw line right now. I think they just I think he just mentioned that in some on another pod that he was on, or some interview he had, and he was like, today's game. I mean, if I average 33 in my prime, I'd average 43 in today's game.
Oh my God, he bit me.
Yeah, my
He's
man,
mad 'cause he's
my man, we got that on camera.
yes. Like, what's
You know what I
wrong
mean?
with you?
We send that to the police.
Why are you bothering me?
We send that to the police, man.
What are you doing?
We need some of that love and affection. But yeah, that's the Steve Kerr extension. I guess that's a great look for the organization. You know, we're gonna ride out with all these big guns that we came in with. And I think there's other extensions happening as along with the Paul George extension with the Clippers. I'm not sure on numbers, but as far as the organization wanting to keep him, even if they're talking about an extension, they obviously, I mean, Paul George is probably about 32, 33.
Yeah.
No?
That's just,
I mean, he's still balling.
oh God.
Balling like a young man should. So pretty sure that's a good look for the Clippers because they already signed Kawhi to an extension. So they're trying to keep their core. And whatever their Coach Lou, right? Coach Lou is their coach. Coach Lou, he's probably already signed throughout the next.
What about Harden?
Harden, I think they have to re-sign too. They have to wait till after the season though to sign him. Whereas Paul George is already a solidified Clipper.
Right,
like
right,
his tenure.
That's
his
yeah,
tenure.
contract is good.
Yeah, his tenure with the Clippers has already been like. Remember, Harden was through a trade.
Right.
So they have to wait till the season ends, and then work his numbers out. Where they're trying to fit it, work the cap. Work cap.
Yeah.
Making the numbers match.
He said he wants to stay there. Like he thinks that he belongs there.
Who? Paul George?
No.
Oh, Harden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good look for him. I mean, it's a good look for all of them because if they
But
all,
it's like, whose team is it? Is it Kawhi's team now? Is it Paul George? Like, whose team is that?
Kawhi got the rings. It's Kawhi's team for sure.
Or is it them as a duel together? Like, do you feel like that's their team together? Like, I would think it is.
I mean, when you look at them, you have to look. That's who you're going up against.
Yeah.
Harden, George, and we're leaving out Westbrook.
Yes.
They're loaded,
Mm-hmm.
and what it is they fit. They finally put a group of that. If you look at it, it's kind of like a little warrior thing where the type of players. You know what I mean? Like you got your Curry, your Draymond, your Klay, and when we had KD, it's the same thing going on in the Clippers. Yeah, they're much older. Imagine they would have figured out that they could play together like this when they were younger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine. You know what I mean? Even 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I think Kawhi and Paul George jumped on that right around. But then they were hurt for like the first 2 to 3 years that they were on the same. They were with the Clippers.
Like
they were all
back to back.
Yeah, they were hurt the whole time, so it didn't really work out. But we see what's happening now. They're like second or some third, maybe in the Western Conference. I think Minnesota is first place right now. They balling out, but that's what we got. That's what we got for the basketball world right there, man. Like we could probably go on forever with that type of stuff and what's going on, but as far as entertainment, well, I mean, what do we want to get into for entertainment? There's a couple of things. I know we mentioned J-Lo stuff, but before I forget about talking about that, I mean, getting into what she dropped just recently and stuff, and her new album. Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, tickets?
Just came into town. I got to talk about this right here, bro.
Tickets.
her ticket sales
Why?
were so high. And I'm not knocking, you got to get your money, girl, but tell someone on the team to hook us up, because there's with the tickets were at such a price, I think. And she a young, she getting it. She got we got two of her vinyls ourselves. I mean, we're fans. We have whatever. We're not knocking it. Why all of a sudden these tickets for concerts? This is not how we went to concerts.
No, like you have. It's basically like not paying your rent type of ticket.
The dude that sold his furniture to go to the Drake concert. Like, why is Drake? I do not care. I'm not knocking nobody's.
Yeah.
I'm not justifying.
The thing is, it doesn't give anyone opportunity to be able to go.
You think it's cool for the dude to sell? So you only want rich people are supposed to only be the people at the concert? You're only going to have like 1,000 people at your concert. You ain't going to have nobody else.
Well, you're not going to have your real diehard fans.
Yeah, like, do you want fans? Do you want fans, or do you want just rich people that you're always around, just basically like yes men, really? Because your fans are going to tell you for real if your shit is hot or not.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to pay that much if they can, if they can.
A real fan wouldn't.
No.
Why would a real fan of Drake's pay $2,000 to go see him perform?
You're not going to even be next to him that close.
Who cares if you're next to him?
I would not do that.
I could bring this to your boy,
No.
Chris Brown, where we've been to a concert before, regular money for the concert, 100, and we were right there. It was like 100. This is Chris Brown though. Like, if anybody's tickets should be $2,000, it should be for a Chris Brown concert.
And that's never been.
I'm just saying. Now, granted, we didn't go. It wasn't like a world tour. He was on concert in obviously in the nation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking when they do world tours, they're in bigger stadiums, so they charge more.
Obviously, where it's only one big kind of setting that everybody merges to.
No. Drake was like in a fucking NBA stadium of wherever he was. I don't even know if he was across seas, but wherever he was, he was in an arena.
In these big coliseum.
An arena.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where if you, granted, so still, Olivia Rodrigo, your ticket sales were high as. I don't care. There's no and I guarantee you were sold out. It's all good, and I know bills got to be paid. But we talking between 500 and 700 up in the last row. We're not talking about 500-700 front row.
No, yeah, that's the exaggeration about it.
We not you 500-700 front row. When it comes to these prices, even with the Drakes, even anybody, the prices are high when you're in the front row. Also because of accountability and respect. If you're paying that much money, they feel that that's part of what comes with it. Your accountability, because now you're so close, you're able to touch, feel, talk,
hear.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Yes.
Really, what's going on?
Yes.
And so you need to be usually, if you're paying that much money, you're a responsible person. You have accountability. You're knowledgeable. You know how to hold yourself when you have a beer or some type of condiment in your hand. You know how to present yourself up front, that close. That all comes with that price. And I feel like they already feel like if those sales were lower, you'd have a different type of person down at that front row. The type of person you don't want to be there. My thing is, be careful about what you wish for, because there's people in all walks, and this I'm talking generic because I know they know this.
Yes.
It really don't matter if you have money or not. There's still those people
who don't care.
This is all coming full circle, y'all. With KD and the two
yes,
fans
I
when
saw
he was
that.
when he was running out onto the court, and they were like, "You bitch!" He turned around ASAP.
Yeah. I bet you didn't think that he was gonna hear them.
No, I think they didn't think he was going to turn around and confront them. That's what they were, because they were sitting like in the second, maybe third, the most
coming
row,
out the tunnel,
coming out the tunnel right there. They were underneath the rim.
And they look warped anyway.
Talking about they had like a sports type of podcast,
I think
so they wanted
that
to,
came with just like I don't know.
with them jibber jabbering, like he was
possibly,
trying to use it as a cover up.
Maybe.
This nigga KD was like,
Well, then what kind of podcast would that be if you're like, I don't know, if you're out there speaking like that in public and inebriated like that?
I don't care if you're inebriated, but why did you call the man a bitch? Random.
They just look a little loose before that. Like, their whole body language was off.
Like, and they okay, cool, you're Maverick fans. When he's running out the tunnel, you could be like, Luka gonna cook y'all tonight. You can't say something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
why are you like, yo, KD, you a bitch? What? That's super random.
Yeah. And it was pretty empty behind. There was
No,
nobody around them.
It just started. I mean, they're coming out for warm-ups.
No, totally understandable. So that's where all that comes out of. Like, he was able to hear it clearly. He kind of seen the whole ambiance running out.
He turned around
he's
immediately and was like, hold on, what you say?
It's empty, and then you got two drunks kind of like spitting for no reason.
You know, this is KD is a different beast, because he was like, he wasn't even interested, like, oh, throw them out type shit. He was just like, they can stay there. They just need
Watch
to
me work my magic.
and how about be grown-ups? He told them, how about y'all sit there and be grown-ups like y'all are? I said, oh man, KD a beast. You know what I mean? Like those type of people really don't matter. I've seen KD take pictures on some random with kids just in the, just look at somebody that say sorry, and the kid had a sign up that said this. I'm going way back a little bit. He was already not a Warrior anymore, if I'm not mistaken. But a kid had a sign up that said, sorry, MJ, KD is my GOAT. I'm 12 years old. Something like that. Like, I'm 12 years old. Sorry, MJ, KD is my GOAT.
Well, that's true, because you're living in this moment. Like, there's kids that haven't seen like a Michael Jordan actually play and say that I'm a Michael Jordan fan.
I mean, I'm with it. I understand that. But KD just the way, we know how KD can be sometimes, and like when he's like that, it's kind of like when I like him the most. You know what I mean? Like he's past that hiding. Like he is who he is. Like he's a man. KD has filled his body of who he is. You know what I mean? And basketball is a piece of what he is, but don't get it twisted. Like because
he doesn't have to put himself in any predicament he doesn't feel like he needs to.
Yeah, but that and then. Oh man, I'm going all over the place again, y'all. But this is making me think of it's fan-oriented. Past couple of going to collegiate basketball now. Past couple of games, we saw where Wake Forest upset Duke, and they rushed the floor because it was at Wake Forest, so they rushed the floor, which is a tradition. When the college fans, when college kids rush the court, how long have you been seeing that happen? Since my whole lives.
The only place you can really see that happen.
Usually, though, it happened like when it was in tournament, but now they kind of do it like whenever there's an upset. And they're rushing the floor, and homeboy on Duke, that's the big guy, their center, was still on the court. He was walking off. And when they rushed, he got hurt. Like they stepped on his ankle and pushed him out the way. Not like a push, like pushed them out the way so that they could rush to the Wake Forest and, hug them. he wind up getting hurt. The coach was shaking hands, kind of like
What happened the other day?
bringing it back to the NBA when the Warriors were in a fight, right? And at the end of the game, when the coaches are shaking hands and they turn around like,
You hear
oh
all
shit.
these whistles.
And the same thing happened with the Wake Forest. Like the coaches were shaking hands, and when they turned around, they like, oh, so the coach ran and got his Duke player, and they helped him off the court. Like
I didn't see that.
yeah, which is also bringing me back to the women's collegiate basketball, pretty much one of the best women's college players, Caitlin Clark. It happened to her too. I think her team lost, and they rushed the court. I can't remember who they lost to. Somebody looked that one up. They lost to someone just recently, and when they rushed the court, they bumped into her. She was helped off the court. So this is probing, the NCAA to look into that whole rushing the court thing. And I'm bringing this up because they're gonna take that away. Yes, it's dangerous and it shouldn't be happening on that type of level. But isn't that part of the collegiate tradition?
I don't think it's changed.
I'm like, but who cares if things change? I'm not caring if things change. Why are you taking away something that's been part of college basketball for like 70, 100 years? I don't know if they're taking it away.
They just not.
But I know they're going to talk about it because two top players just got hurt. Right?
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it is. I mean, it's crazy. Because my thing is, this is where I'm bringing it back. A player knows that that's going to happen. So why are you not preparing yourself? Like, why linger around? I'm not saying you have to jet off the court. I'm not saying that, but you know that if this team beats you, it's an upset and they're rushing the court. So why, when you know that you've lost, why have you not already have your exit strategy? Like, you should know. You know what I mean? Like, are you're gonna lose the game and just stand there? You're in college basketball.
Yeah,
you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but aren't they supposed to have like security guards?
You can't secure when 1,000 people run on the court. You gotta think.
They should have like a time, like, as soon as like.
No, it's usually the coach to Duke said, like, it used to be like, when the time ran out. He said, like, when I was doing college ball, when I was playing college ball, now it's like there'd be still time on the clock and they're rushing onto the court. You know what I mean? 3 seconds, 5 seconds left, and they're still rushing and they're rushing on the court. Aren't you supposed to wait till double zeros?
Yes, at least.
At least. At least double zeros.
That's crazy. No way.
So
that's the
enforce that rule.
Yeah.
And wait till double zeros, bro. We know this is an exciting moment.
The game is over to it's over,
Yeah, like you rush on before double zeros. That's a problem. Now we're gonna have to stop that. Like, do we want to really stop that? No. So let's work together, fans and NCAA. Let's make sense of this. But somebody has to come out and say something. Why isn't nobody saying nothing? You know what I mean? Like, don't do it behind the scenes. When something happens in the NBA, you see your boy up there. Adam Silver be up there, face front.
Well, yeah.
Talking.
You need good
representation. Where's the NCAA representation? Like, come on. Like, just come out and talk and say something. But yeah, that's our views on that. Like, we could we'll sit back and we'll let the future of the NCAA go on with that. Talking about the women's basketball with Caitlin Clark getting hurt. and all of that good stuff. But there's also news they want, her and Sabrina Escu against Klay and Steph for the 3-point contest.
It would be Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard. I think that's the more respectful way to do it because Damian Lillard is back-to-back 3-point champion contest.
You gotta give credit where credit is due.
You gotta play credit where credit is due. So, like, him and Steph versus Clark and Sabrina, which I also like because those two women, unless somehow Clark winds up on Sabrina's team, which I doubt. I doubt New York is gonna be able to pick up Clark. Clark is gonna go to some team that's not doing well. She's probably gonna be like one of the number one pick when she comes out. Because if she comes out this year, there's like a good handful of women that are nice, like super nice. Like they're gonna turn the WNBA inside out. So teams like older teams like Vegas, they got to get theirs right now. School these young cats, these young women coming in, because once they get a hold of the WNBA, they're gonna run it. You know what I mean? There's and they're not, and I'm talking about the women that are not in the league yet. There's with Caitlin Clark running off the top, there's 5-6 other women right behind her. So those 6 to 7 girls are going to destroy the WNBA. You know what I mean? Rules are going to change because of these next 6-7 girls that are coming out right now. But let's change it up now. Let's change it up. Let's get back. Let's get into some entertainment as far as J-Lo type stuff. I mean, we kind of went there with Olivia Rodrigo. Not bashing her again.
Yeah.
We love Olivia. But them ticket sales was crazy. Which, if the ticket sales for her are like that, then you come to understand why Drake tickets are fucking $2,000. Why, Jennifer Lopez, if she goes on to, why Beyonce's ticket sales are going to be when, do you recall when they were looking into her concert and why her tickets were super high? You recall that? That was
they lowered them.
Did they?
Yes.
Because of that? Because of the probing? They were just why are your ticket sales on Live Nation
somehow, whatever the case may be, they ended up lowering most of the ticket sales. But, I mean, still high.
Even after they lower them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're now, bills got to be paid. Once again, not to be redundant.
Yeah.
Bills got to get paid, but my G.
You're paying a big price for just entertainment. It's not it's not as intimate. If it was really intimate, I could understand.
But that I'd rather them be intimate and the prices still be obtainable. Whereas you're paying so much money and you don't even feel like you're at a concert because your seat is 1.5 miles away from the stage.
Yeah.
No exaggeration. Why am I sitting 2 to 3 city blocks away from the concert that I paid a fortune to go?
Yes.
We've been to a plethora of concerts. I mean, paying around $180 for some good up close seats. You don't got to be front row, but when you're in the front, about $180. Let's say those front tickets are about $300. Front. Not bad. All right. And then regular front, maybe 20 rows back. Regular front. Because I don't want, regular front is where when they're splashing water and things are going off on the stage, it's not affecting you. You know what I mean? If they're rapping, I don't need their sweat falling on me. I don't need their spit from the mic hitting me in the forehead. And nah, I'm not into that. I wasn't into that when I was younger. I'm not into it now. At this beautiful old age I am. Look, I'm going to go like that.
Yeah.
So, let's be real. So, regular, 20 rows back, between 20 and 30 rows back, you pay $180-ish. Cool. Then as you keep going, and if you're going up, if your tickets back there are about $50, $40, cool.
I mean, everything is up, but that's always been extremely up.
But in an arena, there's that many more people there.
Yes.
So why the prices don't need to go up?
And
There's that many more people
nothing's
there.
changing the arenas.
Exactly. Like
The setups are not, like you're not sitting on reclining chairs. You're not like, you're sitting.
no matter what they say, these young cats have learned. So the older cats, like a Chris Brown, like a Beyonce, like a Drake, whatever it is they're working out, yeah, they have to pay everybody, but that money's coming to them. They know how to make that money funnel right to them. You understand? Like and so the young cats like Olivia Rodrigo, they know how to, now they learn how to funnel. You know what I mean? So now what happens? The prices got to get jacked because they're paying everybody and they want to make a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's really not worth it, man. Like, but let's leave that one at that, because talking about experience, we're gonna bring it right full circle and get right into some Jennifer Lopez experience as far as her, remember some entertainment, like I said before, we got into it with Rodrigo, Miss Olivia, but Olivia Rodrigo. But bringing it back, the experience of J-Lo in this whole new world she just created with this cinematic musical slash video comedy.
No, it's not comedy.
Okay. So
it's almost like documentary-esque. Yeah.
Because it's not really a documentary, but it's documentary-esque.
Yeah. I mean, not everything on it you kind of already know she's been through. So
but to tell it in this illustration
she's
was pretty dope.
Yes.
I told you I saw like 30 minutes of it only. I didn't see the whole thing. You saw the whole thing, right? Like so I saw her up to my favorite part so far was the glass house.
Oh.
Fire.
Rebound.
She caught it off the board like Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Because that concept, that visual, the choreographing, 100% on point. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, bring that down. Yeah. We're checking it out right now. We don't want to, but you saw this before, so you saw the entire thing, right? And it's pretty. So the songs that she sings on this musical, the musical, all the songs in this musical that's on Prime. Check it out on Prime. We're not selling nothing about J-Lo or anything, but it is on Prime. That's the app only, right? It's a Amazon exclusive. Like it's only on Amazon.
No, yeah.
Prime. Excuse me. I meant Amazon Prime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
far, yes.
Yeah, so far. So the songs on this musical / video, all those songs are on her album.
Yes.
Every single song on the album is in this musical? Because it's like 66 minutes.
Well, no, not every song on the album is portrayed in the musical. It would be longer.
How many songs you think is in this little movie, cinematic musical movie? I don't know how to even say this.
Maybe like six or something like that.
No, I saw.
Yeah, because a lot of it is also dialogue. She has also like a dialogue kind of.
Facts. Fat Joe. Oh, I don't want to drop no bombs on anybody, but Fat Joe is her psychologist, therapist, relationship therapist. Hilarious, but like she really did it big. Like I think he was mentioning to me that when it starts off, that beginning intro to the musical movie video, she's coming in on the bike or something like that, and then she whatever. But then when it gets, I thought it was some futuristic thing, And you were like, no, that was a heart.
Oh, yes.
It was a robotic heart or a mechanical heart. It was a mechanical heart. And all those women were working in the factory. That was, I thought that was just a robotic head. I thought it was the head of a robot. So I thought it was some futuristic, it was just taking place in that time. And I was like, and you said, no, man, that's a heart, bro.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. You have to look at it, like you have to really pay attention to what it is. Like you could just look at it and be like, oh, this is dope. But when you go, if you go back to look at it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, like you're gonna see that how it's portrayed with the song and how she feels.
You did all of that on one take?
Oh yeah, and I watched it super late too.
Like super late, like 2 a.m?
Not that late, but yeah, late.
Midnight.
Well, because I watched it before, like it came out, so I watched it like right when it came out.
Oh, right, as soon as it dropped.
On the East Coast time, but
yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I was feeling it. That song "Rebound," like you said, and what was the other the song with the 3 dudes she was marrying in that one song?
Can't Get Enough.
With your boy.
That's her single off the album.
That's the first single. That's the main single she's opening up the album with. Word.
Yeah, she had the video for it.
Is the video that what we saw in the dead ass?
Yes.
Wow. See, I didn't know. This is real.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like a video musical because there's parts of it that obviously are not video.
And you hit me in the head with
cinema, but
you hit me in the head with something that this kind of takes place between when she broke up with Ben the first time, and then it's the 20-year gap between then and now.
Yes.
Is that kind of what this whole thing is kind of transpiring?
It's full circle, yes. So 20 years ago, she came out with "This Is Me."
Before Ben, she wasn't married, right?
Yes, she was.
To who? To the dancer?
Yes.
But that was the only one she married.
She's been married 3 times.
No. Before the first breakup with Ben.
Well, she got her first husband when she first started coming.
Was the dancing dude?
No.
Who's that? Who was it?
He was
somebody.
Yeah, somebody.
Somebody else.
Somebody who wasn't famous.
And then that ended, whatever. And then she wound up with the dancer. Was she married? I think.
Yes.
So that was her second marriage. Yeah. So who's her third marriage? Ben.
Mark.
Oh, how am I gonna miss that one? Jesus Christ, the baby, dirty. The primero esposo.
No, he's not her first husband.
But no, but the daddy.
Well, that's her first. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the baby
daddy.
Her
only children.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Gave that girl 2
twins.
Twinsies.
Right.
Se jodió.
No, but
But you got the gap between then the musical / video, whatever, takes place during that time, most of it, or is it kind of telling? Yeah, because in the video they're showing her getting married 3 times already.
Right. So that would be her first husband, her second husband, the dancer, and then.
Yeah, but the third one, but it was 2 white boys and one whatever.
Yeah, but that doesn't make a difference. It's just telling the story. You already kind of know that it's 3. We're not getting specific on who. Like,
but then again, the rebound song with the Latino dancing with her, who kind of popped that song. You thought I got the inside scoop, y'all. She thought that dude was portraying the Mark Anthony relationship. But if that's the case, that's before the Ben Affleck breakup. The relationship, the first one.
Yeah.
So this is kind of giving you a quick overlap of really her life. Yes. Not just from This Is Me to This Is Me Now. She's showing you from basically on the 6.
Yeah, pretty much everything she's gone through in her love life.
From Jenny on the Block on the 6, yes. Right?
But what the only difference
until this is me now. I doesn't end because I didn't see the ending. So I saw her up to when she went into therapy, sex therapy. So I don't know if that kind of like the middle or that closer to the end. Or
you see like twice she's in therapy. You see her.
No, I'm talking about the first time she sat down with the little dog. Mm-hmm. That's where I left off at.
Yeah.
So how much you think left of the show I need to watch?
At least 20 more minutes or
Easy. So
yeah.
those 20 more minutes bring us to who she is, now. Mm-hmm. It does?
Yeah, like pretty much. Not like depth.
I'm not talking about detail. I'm just talking about how the way it's been moving, the way the movie musical cinema was moving along. Yes. Those next 20 minutes or so is going to kind of bring us up to a more modern time of her, and is it going to show you? Matter of fact, you told me that Ben is at the end real quickly, I think, or something.
Yeah, but he's portrayed by somebody like a news analyst.
But you know that it's his character, like it's his.
You could tell that it's him. He's in prosthetics.
Oh, so he's not playing himself.
No.
Oh, okay.
And you don't see that at the end.
You don't see that at the end?
You don't see that she's like getting remarried or anything. She's just she's telling her story on, how she was feeling then and what she felt what love was.
Which one of those girls you think is her who was portraying her girlfriend, best friend? What's her name? That's, I think, older than her a little bit. Rim. She was on.
None of them were portraying. It's not about that. It's her entourage. Her entourage.
Facts. You're right. It was. It looked more like her entourage. You're 100. I like that word. You're 100% correctly. It wasn't really, but it was though that entourage you would think was around her all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like she just doesn't
literally family.
Be alone.
That's why they were on her ass. They were like, "Girl, you gotta chill, girl." You know.
No, I mean,
if that's anywhere close to the truth, then those are good people around her. Like, usually a woman of her status is gonna have a lot of yes people around her. You know what I mean? Hey, yes, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Nobody's telling her, bitch, no, we can't do that. No, like like one of her, like her best friend would. Her best friend would have been like, bitch, what's her name again? Riam?
She has a bunch of.
No, the one that was in the sitcoms with the comedian.
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini, her. That girl will look at J-Lo dead on her face and be like, bitch, if you don't fix this shit right now. Right? That's the type of friendship. That's the friend you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why they fucking best friends. They probably clicked immediately once. Jay's from the Bronx. So I don't really know where Remedy is though. She might be from the East Coast too though. But because you could tell like the way she talked. She don't hold her tongue type woman. You know what I mean? Like, so she, if however they clicked had to be on some. Talking bullshit about something, and J-Lo probably turned around and was like, this bitch is thinking or saying what I'm thinking. I could imagine it like that. Like, she says out loud what I think because she's at the status that she is, where she's more of a comedic, right? She's more comedic actress. Yeah, like, is that how she came up as a
tough girl comedic, I guess.
Right? So again, that circle got on her, and if it's anywhere near the truth. So I liked it. I'm not going to say that I didn't like it. I liked it. My favorite part was the second song, and then the third song was the three marriages, right? I like that. I like that during that video, which is out, that's the opening video you said for her album.
Well, yeah, that's her first thing.
Her entourage is literally like, yeah, he's not gonna last. He's not ready. This, and that. Like, they're literally just sitting back, like, this is not a good look for any of these men.
Yeah, because like I told you before, like it's about, like she's basically telling them like what she wants in a relationship is not them doing it to her.
Oh, wait,
like,
I like that you remember to bring that up because
but
in
you
the
don't
therapy
realize that
session-
to relationships later. Like
well, she don't realize that, but the men knew it immediately because in the therapy, like if this is even a little bit true, the men, they all said the same thing. Many different men said the same thing. She's treating me like an object or piece of art, of a trophy. That's crazy coming out of a dude's mouth.
Well, they could say that also because
That's how they feel.
That's how they feel.
And
But
you
then,
just-
at the same time, her status is way above their status. So
Yeah,
it's
but
almost like,
she doesn't treat them
no,
as
you would
such.
never treat them like that. But
But
at the end of the day, you're giving, you're not receiving.
oh, we could take that so many ways.
You're giving,
we could-
giving your all, but you're not receiving what you want in that. And you sometimes you have to go through things in
I
life
mean,
to
isn't that what a relationship is? No.
yeah.
On both sides of the court, sometimes you gotta receive it, and then even if you're a giver, you sometimes gotta receive it, and even if you're a receiver, sometimes you gotta give. Like that's a relationship, ain't it? Like you're
But
right,
out of
though.
all of the relationships, this relationship with Ben, even 20 years ago, was very smitten. It was very it was awkward because you would never think, but at the same time, they were kind of cool, but no one liked it. So that didn't work out because no one liked it. I could believe that they were still in touch with each other within the 20 years. Not like every day type of a thing, but just keeping in touch.
I mean, is that something that? I guess. I mean, I could see that too. I mean, I'm talking about like they are actors and actresses. Did they do any work together within those 20 years?
No.
That was wasted time.
No.
Like you really let a relationship that y'all had together that
Well,
at the
between
time
those
you
20
thought.
years, obviously they had different lives. They were with different people.
Yeah,
They were
but
living their lives.
Ben was on fire at one time, and who wouldn't have wanted J-Lo in a movie if they could get her? For someone who's in the movie business like Ben, which is his primary source of income, I would think. Maybe not. I'm just saying, like in 20 years ago when they broke up, whatever. 2-3 years later, 4 years later, they couldn't have found a way to work. That's wasted time, wasted talent, wasted everything. Because they met on Giglio, right?
Yeah, the movie flopped because they were together, supposedly.
They're saying that's the reason why that movie flopped. You're
Well-
giving me brand new information.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that was always word talk about when the movie was coming out.
What?
Right? Them being in a relationship, them working together. And the reason that movie did so bad was because she was in it with him and stuff like that. Yeah, but I don't know.
Go cap on that or what?
I don't read into that stuff because
So
obviously
we call
it's
him cap.
obvious.
Think
Yeah,
that's
it's obvious.
bullshit.
Of course, because obviously it takes two to not let it work out. So there has to be obviously more than that than what people talk about. Obviously,
if you're talking about the relationship, I'm talking about the movie though.
No.
The movie
The
flopping.
movie was what it was. Like it wasn't.
Wasn't it like
He was taking care of a kind of a needy his brother, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken.
in like Harlem or something, or like in
Not
like
Harlem.
Boston, like what on the East Coast, like
yeah,
somewhere
it was like Hustlers type of thing. It was
like the movie Hustlers, the way it was filmed.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just like
Oh, that's what they were in the movie,
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
can't remember so much because it was a while ago.
Yeah, that movie's 20 years old.
But it
easy.
wasn't the worst movie in the world. But then you wouldn't think a movie like that anyway would be, what it wasn't.
I mean, would you, even if that's how they met, where they got into a relationship with, you wouldn't have thought that would happen either.
No.
Like, so how does, like, the movie coming out 6 months later after you film it, whatever, like, what does that have to do with in a relationship? I mean, isn't that what, in today's time, isn't that what Tom Holland and Zendaya did? That's half these people do that.
Yeah, but back then it was different. Now, people don't, like, it doesn't matter who you date. It's the era of the time.
I get that. That's probably facts. I mean, I could believe that. I just, and getting back to Jennifer's "This Is Me Now," that it fills in a lot of stuff. And if you're a Gen Zer or what's today's generation called? The Y, Z's, whatever letter, the generation that really probably are not into J-Lo or have moms like the Miss Blaze right here, like you, the kids would kind of know of J-Lo, but I guess there's opportunity for them to see what she really is, you know what I mean? Kind of like the Taylor Swift joint and the Beyonce joint. I mean, it's good that they put that type of work out. I mean, like I think we were saying that the Renaissance was more like a.
That's just her being in concert and just taking clips of different.
Not really behind the scenes, but maybe a smidge, but like not really, but just giving you her concept vibe, like her concert.
Yes, like up and close of a concert.
Is that similar to the Taylor Swift? Is Taylor Swift's more like that?
Yeah, it's all about concerts.
It's more concert, but this is not a concert.
Like,
this for sure, this
it's
Jennifer Lopez, This Is Me Now, it's definitely like a musical cinema for sure, 100%.
Yes.
It's not a concert. You don't see, you don't see fans. It's literally a story being told in a video musical format.
Yeah.
Right? With some commenting and dialogue, narration, definitely narration going on. You know what I mean? And a lot of it comes full circle. Again, like I said, I didn't see the whole thing, but up to where I saw it, it came full circle almost with the car crash. And then when she went to therapy for the sex addiction, she started telling her story, and it kind of brought back.
It's not a sex addiction. It's just
her friends. That was the sex addiction class because her friends thought she was addicted to sex.
Yeah, she just
relationship, but which is also sex, right? Let's not be naive about it. But you, when she went to that therapy, is to admit that she can't be alone.
Yeah.
Like she has to be with somebody, and she only realized that again, if this is even a little pinche of truth. Her entourage is what put her, kind of like open that third eye.
Yeah, make her realize that what she's doing is not only hurting her, it's not getting her what she wants.
And it has nothing to do with music, nothing to do with movies. Nothing to do with her actual job. It was literally about herself, finding herself. Yes. So it's, I mean, you women, I don't want to be male chauvinistic about it, but that women are into that shit for real. I don't think guys really give a fuck about that, but
because you don't portray your feelings out like that. So if another woman's doing it and another woman's going through it, you can see it through her eyes. Like oh my gosh, she's telling my story.
I don't know. Guys get that vibe too, differently.
Yeah, but you don't speak on it. Women speak on it. Yeah. There's the difference.
That's not the only difference, buddy.
But there's a lot of differences. But
no,
yes.
but in that, and
I think it's cool. I think it's dope.
Yeah, I like that. I cannot say that I didn't like it, so I'm gonna leave it like that.
But you have to finish it so that you can really say
I mean, because if something happens towards the end I don't like it, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have to bring it up somehow, somewhere. Like, man, how it went all through, and then bingo at the end. But I'll check it out. I'll see. When I'm bored on a Sunday or something like that, I'll watch the rest of it. I don't even know why I threw it on. I threw it on so that if you talked about it, I kind of knew what the hell you were talking about. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I saw it because there was like those two videos, which are upbeat songs. Well, Rebound is not really upbeat, but the illustration, again, the choreographing was phenomenal.
Yes.
So I digged it. Mm-hmm. And So that's like, yeah, that's the new stuff that we needed to talk about. I mean, that came out like a week ago, maybe. No, not even.
Yeah,
About
pretty
a
much
week,
about
about a
yeah,
week ago that came out of. So
like last Thursday or Friday.
we'll be talking about a lot of stuff like that comes out, and especially when they throw it up on the apps, we jump on it. She definitely watches. She probably watched everything ever created on every single app. So, you know, as far as movies and series and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as entertainment, that's what we'll leave it like that today. As far as entertainment, and we're gonna wrap this episode up.
Yes.
Yeah, let's wrap this episode up. Save some for the next episode. Tune in. That's Jay Blaze. I'm Bobby Summers. We hope you enjoy it. Check y'all on the next one.
Once again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, and share buttons. Follow us on socials. Also available on all platforms. See you next, where no topics are safe on the Everything Obsolete podcast.
The opinions and views of this podcast are strictly those of the host and guests and should not be replaced for help seeked out by individuals.